Welcome everybody to the Utah Tour Stop Finals. We have an amazing matchup between Segfault, which is Rahul Murthy and Garrett Hornok, versus Gabe Finocchi and Taylor Church, as we just saw in the last series. I'm Matthew Bureau, still here with Jarrett Rouse, and this is going to be an exciting finals. Both of the semifinals went to 3 and were pretty deep in multiple games. And we're going to start off with a nice hold.
I think that set might have, or that serve might have hit rim or lipped up, and Rahul, I think, intelligently decided to play it. Easy touch.
Good choice. Garrett Hornok has recently changed his serve, so it's going to be a little different than people are used to. And Taylor Church is going to have maybe
a hitting error right off the bat.
Yeah, and also just maybe a little bit more service pressure than last game even. Outside Smoke is a very serve-heavy team, but still Garrett Hornok and Rahul Murthy are two very strong servers versus maybe one super strong server.
But it's the same thing. Like, maybe they don't see serves like Church's, so it can be very effective.
Rahul's going to get to that drop. Fix my mic a little bit here for you. He's going to
why'd
put
you
that
get so
away.
quiet?
And he's going to put that ball away. Rahul does a good job of getting his feet set after getting down to that drop. And he's got a nice little reversey cut. Taylor Church going to push it right past him. Rahul likes to play up on the net, close and personal, but won't find the touch.
That was an impressive angle from Church.
A nice serve out of Finocchi. Going to call side pocket and or rim. Second serve here. Into the front rim as well. So before, Hornok used to stand sideways and might go back to that today, it looks like. I'm not sure what he wants to do. He likes to change it up, keep it weird. But they're going to play this one. I thought it might have been high. A great touch from Hornok, and Murthy going to dive over the net and put it away. And this is probably going to be the main difference between this and their semis match is Hornok and Murthy are a much more defensive team. Hornok. A little
cut pressure.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
Just nothing too wide, but
sometimes, like you said, it comes up a little more now on the shoulder.
Those are
tough.
That one a little wider, a little faster, a little lower. And another touch from Hornok, but a little bit too far down, too fast for Murthy to react. A good little run there to start off for Murthy Hornok. Church gonna have to get his serves a little bit lower. Rahul, a much shorter player than Laughlin and Luskus. That one stays nice and low. Rahul sees it well. And a nice touch-up from Church. It's a little bit too far off the net. Church screams as he runs away from the net.
He ended up soft-touching that and just upset with himself after a beautiful first touch and then an unfortunate push set there.
I think the ball did kind of come back over his head, and he lost it for a second probably, but found it just at the last second as Murthy gets a nice drop there. You don't see a lot of drops out of him, so when they do come out, they can be very unexpected and very brutal, as he did from this team.
I think they should honestly take a timeout early. They need to do something, because you just saw Church look down, shake his head. He's someone who's usually very stoic, very calm, doesn't show that emotion, at least when it's on the downside.
And a great touch from Murthy here. Gets the hand up. It's off net. Gabe Finocchi back on one. He's going to dive and get the touch up again and put this one away.
Gabe,
okay. He
started
jumped
outside of the no-hit zone. So it was clean, but he landed in it.
A nice little play on one. But Rahul Murthy reacting well, slipping, getting up, put it away. But
yeah, Finocchi and Church, I think some jitters. I don't know. The hitting errors, the setting errors, already like 3. And then, again, Hornok and Murthy just putting the defensive pressure on, keeping the serves on.
Yeah, Hornok Murthy coming in a lot stronger than Outside Smoke did in the last series. So no chance to really adapt and sort of come to the game slowly. Sort of going to start off hot right off the bat.
Yeah.
And hopefully I have the correct score from us here. Rahul got a lot of points in a row.
That one was spicy and delicious.
Gabe is firing back. All right, looks like they're rotating. Gabe's on the left, so we should be good to go. Gabe going out wide again. Hornok's got a little bit longer arms than Murthy, so he should be good. Nice little lefty low, but Church is in a good spot to get it. Oh, just slips on the ground. Hat would have fell in the no-hit zone either way, looks like. So that's going to be another hitting error for Finocchi Church. Hornok Murthy looking comfortable so far.
I could speak. I've been there. I've done that in these intense matches. You just tense up a little bit. Your hitting seems to be just slightly off. And I'm wondering if Church is experiencing that. It's a little tense.
Yeah.
And right when you're tense, right, you're not moving mechanically the way you're used to.
Hornok's going to put us on the net. A nice little push. Hornok tries to flail around the net. Can't find a touch. A good shot from Finocchi. Church here starting cross-legged again. Serving back to Murthy. Second serve will go on nice and low. Hornok does a great job of giving Rahul as much time as possible, getting really low on that set. Also, another side note, we have swapped observers just slightly. Ryan Fitzgerald, you'll still see there on the screen. And then we also have Luke Marshall and Clark Marshall, the Marshall duo. Church is going to play that fault for sure. Hornok
there we go.
Almost reaches it, but not quite there.
All right, Gabe's looking to make a little run here.
Gabe for the lefty. Garrett Hornok has had a hurt ankle for quite a while, but today we did have a trainer, so he was able to get that wrapped up, which he said was the difference between winning and losing his semifinals matchup as he blasts that ball away. He did hurt it in, I believe, Garland, which was almost 2 months ago at this point. So maybe might need to take a little break.
It's tough when you get those sprained ankles, right? The ligaments, the tendons, they're a lot weaker after those moments. So one little thing can, destabilize you again. You might just keep rolling it.
Yep. Gabe Finocchi going to put that ball away. Wind still picking up here, so even faster every game. Every round we go, the wind picks up just a little bit more. Taylor Church back up to serve. We saw him go on a little bit of a streak in game 3 of the semis. Rahul Murthy going to do a good job to get those hips through, push that ball. Goes for the short. Church maybe looks like he was there. Second serve reverse. Church also looked like he read that one. But no net for Rahul. Will be a double fault. Gabe now stepping out right. Goes behind him. I think it was a fault, but they opts to play it.
Yeah.
So interesting choice there from Hornok Murthy. Finocchi to serve again. And that is a nice wide serve. Gonna call bad. I think might have just barely clipped that front rim. Second serve. Also
another
bad.
Slight rim. Wow, he was just on the edges.
He did. I thought it was an ace for a second, and they all just stood still. So good on Finocchi to be honest, play with integrity. And Rahul, nice body up from Hornok. Murthy dives for the set. A nice touch from Finocchi. He's back on the net once again.
Wow, what a rally.
Murthy's just coming on way too hot to that net.
Clutch hold.
Yeah, very clutch hold. Murthy does a great job of getting to that dive. Hornok has to make an off-net hit, but then back out of position for Hornok Murthy. Church now stepping left. It's a little bit of a bad weak receive. They're going to call something bad.
Oh, his back foot when he lost momentum went into this 7-foot service circle.
So a second serve here will be a drop. Hornok looks like he's there.
Because it caused a bad touch.
It did.
Keep that toe out of the zone.
It did look like it might have been recovered, but
yeah,
definitely could have been a defensive conversion. So back over to Rahul Murthy, who gets a amazingly wide reverse cut. Garrett Hornok, not really even surprised. It's kind of, I'm sure he's seen a lot of them in this tournament so far. Murthy with a left. Don't see a lot of those. It is something that he's working on. I'm not sure he really needs it considering how wide he just caught that reverse. But this is going to be a normal cut.
And
a little bit of a little bit of a botched set from Finocchi there. The serve receive was not ideal, but definitely could have made the recovery set happen.
I just love the ferocity that Murthy swings with.
Murthy just has some sort of weird power that he can tap into. Garrett Hornok gets a hand. I can't quite get it up. But yeah, he just has some sort of ability to swing twice as hard as you think he should be able to. And that sometimes can surprise you. Finocchi stepping out right. A lot of cut. Murthy handles it well. Just going to blast it away. Tries not to fall in the no-hit zone. Finocchi a little bit in his way, but he'll be okay. Hornok serving again. Goes for a little bit of a push.
Wow.
And he's going to find it. Just a little bit bad of a touch from Church over there.
All the confidence that I felt from Church and Gabe in the semis, I see none of it right here.
Yeah, that's right. It looks like he just might not be he might be losing his confidence knowing that these players both have strong reverses, strong cuts, strong jams as well. Maybe being a little bit more intimidated by top players from their rival state.
That's true.
That's
Utah
true.
versus Texas.
And that is going to be Spikeball, Rahul Murthy, and Garrett Hornok taking game one in strong fashion, 21-13. And wow, they just absolutely crushed that game. Fundamentals looked very solid, and serving obviously even more solid. A lot more serve consistency than we saw in the semifinals matchup. And I'm not sure that Finocchi and Church are really going to have a chance in game two if it goes the same.
After spectating that, I don't feel it happening, even for as good of players as they are. If the way that Murthy and Hornok controlled the tempo, the rhythm, stayed consistent, that's tough to beat. So Church and Finocchi are going to have to, even if it's not their game, they have to take Hornok and Murthy out of theirs for how good they played. So they might need to slow it down. They're going to have to do something because that was a landslide.
Yep. We're going to give them a second to get some water, and we'll be right back with game two. We are back for game two of the pro finals here in the Utah Tour Stop. I'm still Matthew Burrows, still Jarrett Rouse. Game one going the way of Garrett Hornok and Rahul Murthy.
Oh my gosh, we can't even.
I didn't even reset the score, and Murthy's already taking breaks. This guy is absolutely absurd, as there's a bug landing on me. That's perfect. All right, so 1-0 right off the bat.
Give us time. Hold on.
Yeah, let us catch up. This guy's too fast.
Like I said, their tempo. I
Serve.
talked about it. Oh my.
And now it's just another good serve. Just great serve pressure, almost making the defensive touch happen. But Finocchi able to put that one away, showing us that he's still a clean hitter, even if he's playing against good defenders. So now Finocchi back up to serve. We did see Segfault go to a close series against White Spike Toxicity in their semifinals, so there is a chance that Finocchi Church could clutch up here in game two, especially if Gabe, explodes. He is the ticking time bomb. But Murthy, Hornok, especially last game, just looked to control the game completely. That one's going to go just too high. It's really just going to be all on the serving consistency of Hornok, Murthy. If they start double faulting too much, it could be their demise. And a nice low serve there out of Church. Hornok with a great lefty wrap and a pretty good serve receive. He's looking strong out there.
Looking strong.
Just receives it so well, and just the lefty wrap with so much angle. Murthy swinging hard now.
There it is.
Second serve. Oh my goodness gracious.
Gosh.
Goes for a reverse cut. Finocchi thought bad. Going to go to observers.
I think he called rim there?
I think side pocket was maybe the call.
Side.
And they all call clean pretty immediately. So another great serve out of Rahul Murthy. So much angle there. Going to get another chance here. Oh, wow.
My God.
That is why Murthy is so deadly. He can beat you to your left side by a foot, beat you to the right side by 3 feet. And when serve receiving him, you are just simply reacting to the ball off the net. And you just have so little time. He goes for a drop there. Maybe not the best move, especially if he's hot.
Choice. I've had to tell myself that before. It's like, you want to mix it up, but if you're that hot, stay hot. Just rip.
If it's not broke, don't fix it.
They're nervous, right? In those moments, like you don't want to receive it, so hit it at them.
Right.
They don't want to receive it.
A nice serve there from Finocchi, but an amazing recovery set from Hornok, and Church is there to scoop it up. Not the best set, and Church makes a diving play.
Wow, great play.
Wow, nice little defensive conversion there. Hornok does a great job to keep that ball alive, put it right over the net. Rahul Murthy, you usually see him get it over the defender, but Church is just way too far out. And he's going to make that diving play back to the net. Finocchi serving again, gonna fault. Another serve, it's handled well by Hornok. Murthy's up, Hornok launches it far, Church runs it down all the way to the Stuart sign. This is up in the air, and he's gonna try to get it back, but can't quite.
Way to track it. It's tough.
It is tough.
The no-hit zone wasn't in play there, but I will say one of the hardest parts about the no-hit zone are those long returns to the net. You're full sprinting, trying to track the ball, trying to track the net, and then you're like, oh.
Also got to be worried about running into people, into signs. Don't want to injure yourself, but want to try to make the play happen if you can. A nice serve into the rim. Hornok's second serve is legal. A little bit of a botch set. Hornok tries to come in. He gets a touch, but can't bite enough off of it. Church Finocchi hanging in there in game 2. Church got to make some awkward touches happen. Leans back, goes for a jam maybe. Murthy thinks about playing it, runs out there, but...
I like that though, right? Even if you're like, no way I'm going to play it, but hey, give it a shot.
Why not, maybe?
Maybe you set a buttery dime over and your partner's like, okay, I'll play it and hit on 2.
A short here from Church. Murthy's able to get his feet together and get to that ball. Put it away right under Gabe. Gabe's still jumping up there.
Yeah.
Finocchi needs to stay down a little bit more.
He definitely, that's one of his defensive strategies, just a big jumper.
And a nice reverse cut out of Murthy. A nice, pretty good recovery set. Doesn't quite get over to the net. It's on Church's left side, so that's going to be a hard play to make. And Murthy taking another one with that reverse cut. Gets it nice and wide.
Yeah.
Church just not able to get it back to his
Church
partner.
tried to use the backhand rather than the left. We talked about that against outside smoke. The left hand's not his strong suit, so he tried to opt for the right, even though it was the harder play.
And Rahul Murthy once again
Here
just
we go.
Hitting absolute bangers on these serves. It's starting to look like the Seattle finals all over again, except he doesn't have Frederick to double him up. 9-5 now, starting to get away. Oh, going for the fakes back and forth. I'm not sure that Church should really be biting on that lefty right now. I think that's the serve he has to let him try to hit.
Yeah.
Because if he bites too hard and gets bit with a regular cut, that's going to be no bueno. Gabe, however, you might need to respect his left a little bit more.
I think he needs to go to it more.
Yeah.
They need to...
he needs to go to that one more. That is the one he needs to. I was about to say, he's been hitting a lot of just normal cuts that are going wide, but it looks like Hornok Murthy had been sitting on that outside really far a lot. And that is exactly how it's going to go down. Finocchi reverse cutting.
And then, oh my God, that was one of the wisest ones I've seen.
This is the ticking time bomb exploding. You see Rahul Murthy is going to call a timeout because this guy is going absolutely insane right now. 2 reverse cut aces and then 1 normal, really wide cut ace.
All no touch.
All no touch aces. And that is going to give a lot of momentum back over to Finocchi and Church in this game and ties it back up. So now they're just down the mini break, whereas before they were down 4.
Yeah, I love how hype the crowd is as well. You just each ace they get a little bit louder. They're hyped right now.
Yeah.
They know what Gabe's capable of. He hasn't yet to show it today, really. And so that was the first glimpse right there, folks. So I hope you're enjoying the show. We sure are.
It is certainly the Finocchi show right now. I think Hornok could have a little bit more in him. He could show up a little bit better, but so far mostly a lot of good holds happening. I don't really know.
I will say I just enjoyed, like, Hornok and Murthy weren't even upset. You just saw the smiles on their faces, like they just got beat.
There's just nothing you can do.
That is just fun to watch because they take the time out strictly to try to throw Gabe off.
Right.
They're not even mad.
Right.
Which I'm like, okay, good, respect. That's how you got to play the game. But they still feel in control, and that's why they could also. They still got the smiles, right? They don't feel like they're out or anything like that. But
certainly not out of it.
Fun.
They're still tied up here. Finocchi trying to ice him up a little bit. Looks for the lefty.
That left. I want to see it. I want him to keep going to it.
He even tries to go for lefty reverse cuts sometimes. But this is going to be a no fault. So yeah, good timeout there from Hornok Murthy. Ball over to Hornok now. Got to make some plays of his own happen. Murthy taking most, if not all, of the breaks so far for their team. That's going to be a decent serve. It's a little bit off net. Hornok makes a touch. The set is just way too far away. Maybe let Hornok make the soft touch play there.
But I just love their serves are, even if it's not their best serve, it still applies awkward pressure. So their defense is then better. Like, they're good defensive players,
right,
but it becomes easier when you can force those bad touches.
And that's something that I think is a main draw for a lot of serve ball-esque players, is that rallies are more fun for most people when it's like, I forced the rally to happen because I forced the weaker play to happen.
Yeah.
Whereas, I don't know, some older players might just like rallies for rallies.
I know it's a big debate these days.
It is a big debate these days. But
I respect both.
I like all round net. I like other variants of round net, and I think we have a good time out here as a community. As Gabe gets a nice serve receive here, I think into the rim there.
So
gonna go to observers.
Yeah, rim is. It looked like it changed angle hard.
Yes.
Yep.
Observer's gonna call rim, and that's a pretty big break for Hornok Murthy. So over to Murthy to serve again.
Gabe's kind of in disbelief right there. He's kind of bummed about it.
A little bit tough. And this is really good for Hornok Murthy because you want to give Murthy as many chances as you can to serve. He's going to look for that drop. Hornok gets a touch, and that's going to be another defensive conversion. I don't know how Rahul Murthy gets the set around Gabe.
A visual hinder.
He's going to play through it.
And Gabe did a little limbo. Last second, Rahul's hand was just there.
It was just already there.
Perfect set.
He just felt the ball. He's going to keep swinging hard.
I want to see that one in slow-mo. I don't know if we can at this
Someone
point, but at some point, someone's got to clip that one.
Someone needs to clip it. He's going to go out wide. Gabe slips here on this coming up.
Oh.
Hornok gives his best bid, sort of face plants out there, but he's giving it his all. He's not giving anything up. He wants to win in this. He wants to win this 1 and 2.
I'll give Church a little credit for that set too. He saw his partner slip.
Right.
I noticed he changed that set last second. He gave him more time, and it was perfect.
Back over to Finocchi. Still could be hot, but maybe not.
Oh, Matt, you're such a poet.
I'm just rhyming all day. But he's going to fault that one away as Garrett Hornok comes up to serve 4-1 here. A nice little push. Church receives it well. Used to those pushes. Oh, my goodness.
Wow, that was such a good low hit.
Yeah, for a second I thought it was rim, but Garrett Hornok tries to make a play up off his foot by just falling over. Can't make it happen. Trying to get creative with his touches. Use any part of his body that he can. Church going to push it nice and low. Murthy does a great job of getting that ball and setting it well.
Wow.
What a recovery.
That's been a big difference here, too. Any service pressure that hasn't been a clean ace from Church and Finocchi, Hornok and Murthy have handled and put it away.
Yeah.
Those recovery sets have been money.
Murthy looking for the reverse. Gabe Finocchi knows he probably was beat. Claps his hands, says, give me another. I got it this time. Murthy swinging wide. Someone yells no. I think he had the wrong score, so they're going to redo it again. The field really quiet. And the reverse cut. Not a great touch. Church is there to save it, though. Pulls it back behind him. A great shot from Gabe Finocchi.
Gotta love that body control.
Yeah.
Watch him hit this ball right here.
Whoop. Jumps over, gets that leg right out of the no-hit zone. Goes for a reverse cut of his own. Finds the lobster trap.
Rock lobster.
And that one's going to go just too high. And we're going to take a second to shout out Pair of Thieves, the official comfy understuff of Spikeball and the Spikeball Tour Series. They got lots of nice underwear, socks, etc. So if you need... Church, though, going to put that one nice and low and away. Loses his hat again. Those hats are dangerous. If his hat falls in the no-hit zone, it will be...
I'm not a fan.
Yeah, it will be a loss of point. But,
it just scares me.
Yeah. He's got to keep the swagger, though.
Yep. That's his persona. A lot of his game. Nice serve. Wow.
Serve receives a little bit off. Lifts up the hit. Finocchi's there to scoop it up nice and easily. Off net again. Murthy almost gets a touch, and that is a great defensive conversion.
They need it. They need it big here.
Huge momentum there for Finocchi Church. Hornok just lifts up that hit, and it's just way too easy to make that play happen.
Oh!
And the gut serve out of Taylor Church. And this is what we saw in Game 3 of the semis. Taylor Church
He waits to bring it out until you're
He's sharpening
Oh
up.
my
and then one
gosh.
more. Maybe the wind keeps it down just a little bit more. Hornok looks at his hand like, how did I miss that? He's in the right spot. Maybe getting a little bit nervous now. The comeback's sort of happening. This one's living up. They're not going to play it. For a second, I thought that was...
I was like, is he about to play this?
I thought that was the play, but they did not play it. That one's going to be too high.
Ooh. Yeah, just high.
Murthy,
just high.
Nice and short
Any
enough.
other player here?
Yeah.
Probably good.
Anyone else on the field would have been aced, but not Murthy. He's going to come out with a nice side pocket. I think they're going to play it here. A backhand. Hornok gets a nice touch, and he's going to put that one away. The field is nice and wide open, and saying, hey, we can make defensive conversions too.
Garrett read that perfectly.
Yeah, just
waited, bolted, hand out.
He does well to just, after getting the touch, slides down on his knees to stop himself so he can come back. And
Wow.
Murthy going to take the reverse cut. A's to tack another one on. They're up by 2.
That thing stays so low.
Finocchi Church, maybe a timeout. But gotta try to ice this, slow it down. But they're going to keep going. And that's another reverse cut and a bad touch. And that's going to be game point now. 2017. Murthy looking to close it out in 2. Fakes the left. Oh! Gabe Finocchi did not respect it at all. Smart move. Honestly, Rahul has not hit any lefties so far. Second serve, though. Goes for just a normal righty cut.
All right, Gabe, let's see what you made of.
Yeah, and this is time for Gabe to clutch up. If he wants any chance of going to game 3, he's going to have to pop off right here. That's going to be front rim. Maybe would have played it if it went a little towards Murthy. But just go straight backwards. Second serve. And that one's going to be another fault. So Rahul, Murthy, and Garrett Hornok going to be your Utah Tour Stop Grand Champions here in the Pro Division. And this also means that we will be having a true second matchup between Y-Spike Toxicity, which is David Louis and Luke Mowry, versus Finocchi Church. Once again, we will get them on stream for a third time. We will get to see lots more of the ticking time bomb and its partner Taylor Church with the swagger, with a little bit of the saucy serves. And we're going to get that second place match. Y-Spike Toxicity is looking for that pro bid, so we will be right back.
Hey, but yeah. Oh, we'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
Awesome. We are back here at the Utah Tour Stop. We just watched the finals. Garrett Hornok and Raul Murthy took down Finocchi and Church in 2 games. It seemed quite easy. They had a lot of good rhythm. We have Garrett here with us. Garrett, just give me, I want to hear about your tempo and your game plan coming into this.
Well, we knew we were serving on the sand leg net, so we knew Rahul's serves are going to be pretty fire, so just let him serve ball, and then anytime I could play, just got some defensive touches, and it worked.
Yeah. What was the what was your game plan going against Gabe in particular receiving, or Church for that matter? Were you particularly have one game plan towards one of those players?
We didn't really think about it too much, honestly, but we knew if we shut down Gabe, we'd have a good time. I've never played against Church before, but I don't know. We were more worried about Gabe, obviously.
Yeah.
But I played against Gabe enough to where I've seen it. He's going to hit crazy serves, but you just contain the other stuff and it'll be okay.
That's amazing. I'll have to say, personally, I was super impressed with your ability to get recovery sets. Even when they put pressure on you, they were always dimes back to the net. Was it something that you focused on about getting your feet around the ball, or is it just your practice over and over that helped you with that?
I think I'm pretty, for hits especially, like I'm pretty tall and lanky, so as long as I just have my feet planted, I can move them around the net pretty well and get decent hits. And then recovery sets, just try to do the best I can.
Yeah,
that's it.
Well done. We got a true second matchup here.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. Watch out for David and Luke.
They're
really good.
If you have one thing to say, because their 3-game series was insane. I don't know if you want to say anything else before I.
All I'll say is David and Luke is the best team I've played yet this season in a tour stop.
Amazing. So. And we get to watch them play right now.
Yeah, hopefully they show up.
So Garrett, thanks for being here, man.
Thanks for having me.
Congrats on your win.
Thank you.
We'll see you in a second for True Second.